Good morning and welcome on a Saturday morning. It's not very often we're here on a Saturday morning, but had a very busy day yesterday. So I thought I would wait and come on today instead. So I hope that if you're going to join me live, you'll pop on and say hello. Good morning, Emma. Lovely to have you join us. Hope you're enjoying your school holiday, your break from full time running in and out. I'm sure it's not a total break, but yeah, a bit less stressful. So yeah, so do come on, do say hello, do let us know what you're up to on this sunny August morning, Saturday morning, and we're going to do a little bit of crafting. So let me bring in my other oh no, you've tested positive. Oh, I hope you're not too poorly. That's not what you want, is it? Let's bring up our screen down here, and let's just say this is who I am. My name is Helen Jennings. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demo based here in the UK, and I do come on normally twice a week, and it's normally a Monday morning and a Friday morning, but as I said, I've got lots of things going on yesterday, so I thought I would just wait and come on this morning instead, when hopefully it would be a little bit more chilled in our crafting. So this is me, www.love-a-duckie.co.uk. You'll find me there on my website, and you'll also find me under Love-a-Duckie on all those other social media channels. That's looking a little bit fuzzy. So all those other social media channels, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest. Just wondering why that camera is a little bit fuzzy. I'm wondering if it's because normally on a Friday morning we're very good at not putting the washing machine on. Mike hadn't realised I was going live this morning and has put the washing machine on. So I hope that won't disrupt us too much. We'll see how we go as we move along. All of these things, the wonders of technology. So before we started crafting, I wanted to give you a heads up about something. Morning, Glenda. Or evening for you. I wanted to give you a heads up for something that is coming up, and this is something that is going to be very fuzzy, isn't it? This is something that you're going to be able to join in with, whether you are here in the UK or elsewhere. Not necessarily with me, but there are demonstrators around the world taking part in this, and this is a Whimsy and Wonder stamp camp that is coming up the weekend of the 17th and 18th of September. I think it's possibly the 18th and 19th for those of you in Australia. And there are, as I say, various demonstrators, Canadian, American. There's a couple of us here in the UK and some Australian demonstrators, 13 demonstrators in total that are taking part in this Whimsy and Wonder stamp camp. Now, if you've not come across the Whimsy and Wonder suite yet, it is beautiful. So you get this gorgeous stamp set with these really funny they are very whimsical trees, very sort of quirky little trees in there. So you get all of those in the stamps. You get some dies as well, some of which will die cut the trees in your stamp set, and other dies which will be stand alone. So those are beautiful. So stamp set dies, you get gorgeous speciality paper. That is really fuzzy. I am just going to go and see, bear with me one moment, if I can pause the washing machine. Right, let's see if that improves any of press pause on the washing machine. It still looks very fuzzy. Okay, so the beautiful papers in this Whimsy and Wonder set, they are perhaps not going to pick up ever so well. They are foiled papers. They've got like a holographic foil on them. Beautiful patterns on the back. There's a stripe and a spot. Lovely presents. I love this one with sort of holly leaves and a green spot on there, just beautiful. This is lovely. So you've got foiling on there, but you've got like all these whimsical trees. Holly berries again with some foiling on there, and these beautiful, beautiful pink blushing bride snowflakes. So it doesn't pick up ever so well on camera, but the papers are just stunning and a really lovely colour palette. So if you're into pink Christmas, this is definitely the suite for you. The paper is indeed gorgeous. So we've got stamp set, we've got dies, we've got paper, we've got these lovely snowflakes. Again, it's not going to pick it up very well on here, but it's almost mother of pearlish. They're just stunning. They're really, really beautiful. So you get a pack of 24 of those, and they're a really good size. And then you get a roll of ribbon, and it's like a ruffly edge blushing bride ribbon. Just beautiful. So that's everything that you get in your Whimsy and Wonder suite. And how this stamp camp works is that you purchase the Whimsy and Wonder suite from your demonstrator of choice, and the entire suite is £74.50. And then you get free entry into this stamp camp. Not only do you get free entry into the stamp camp, you also get some make and take kits. So every one of the 13 demonstrators that are taking part will create a tutorial for our tutorial bundle, as we do every month. So it's the tutorial bundle group that I'm a part of. So we will all, you'll get, the tutorial for free. So you'll get all, you buy your suite, you get your tutorial for free. You'll get all the card stock and any extras that you need to create every card in that tutorial as make and takes. You will also get YouTube links to videos that are showing you how to make those cards. So you don't just get the written instructions, you get the YouTube instructions as well. So you get all of that for free on top of, if you buy the suite through us. In addition, you will be entered into an exclusive Facebook group, and over that weekend of the 17th and 18th, each one of those 13 demonstrators will be coming on during the course of 24 hours or so, and we'll be doing a Facebook Live where they will do an additional project using the suite of products, and also adding in some hints and tips and all of those sorts of things as you go along. So you buy the suite from one of the demonstrators involved, me if you're here in the UK, and then you get all of that fabulous free content. So you get a free tutorial with the make and take kits to create all the cards in it. You obviously will use your suite with the papers and the ribbons and those sorts of things, but any additional cardstock and die cuts and things you need, you'll get as a make and take kit. You'll get YouTube videos for all of those projects, and in addition there is the Facebook page with another 13 projects being demonstrated live, along with other hints and tips, and probably some sneaky peeks of some other projects that those 13 demonstrators have created with this suite. So a really fabulous, huge value in that stamp camp. As I say, it's happening on the 17th or the 18th of September, 18th or 19th if you're in Australia, and booking is open, I think, with most demonstrators. So if you are elsewhere in the world and you want to know which demonstrators are local to you, just drop me a message and I will let you know that. Otherwise, if you would like to book on with me, all you need to do is order your suite through the shop using the host code that when I finish this video, when I do the editing on the video, I will put the host code up in the description. So use that host code when you place your order, and you will automatically be put into that exclusive Facebook group, and you will get the make and take kits and all of those sorts of things. So really exciting to be taking part in that, and really hope that you can join us. If you already have the Whimsy and Wonder kit, do get in touch with me, because I'm sure we can come to some arrangement, or alternatively just use that host code and place an order that is the equivalent. I think it was £74.50, wasn't it? Yes, that is £74.50 or more, and you again will get added into that Facebook group. So that's the Whimsy and Wonder stamp camp that is coming up. So I really hope that some of you will join me for that. And of course, don't forget that if you're placing an order for £74.50 at the moment, you are going to earn yourself a celebration. So that's what we're going to go on to today. Now let's have a little look at the sheep that are available in the Sale-a-Bration catalogue, and there are 2 sets of sheep. So obviously, to get both things, to get both the stamp set and the dies, you would actually have to spend £90. But if I do a quick bit of maths, that's another £15.50, isn't it? So if you and I should say that on that order, if you're placing an order for the Whimsy and Wonder under that host code, I'm more than happy for you, do add other things in as well. Don't feel that you can only add that sweet in. If you've got other things to order, add other things in there as well. So yeah, if you make that order up to £90 with another £15.50, you can have both of these things. You can have both the stamp set and the dies for free. So that would be even more value with your Whimsy and Wonder. You'll have at least one celebration item with that order. But as I say, you can always make it up to 2 if you would like. So let's have a little look at these sheep. I've not had to play with them yet. That's something we're going to do this morning. What I am going to do is I'm just going to do apologise. My StreamYard shut down on my laptop. Let me just bring that back in. Glenn, did you think I perhaps should have stayed in bed this morning? Do you get that feeling? Okay, here we are. So, stamps. Hopefully you were able to see them and see the detail in those cute little stamps, even if you weren't able to hear me wittering on about them. How beautiful are they? And then we have the dies. So you've got the solid dies that are going to cut them out. And you've got the gates and the clouds and the sunshine and everything that goes with it. Okay. I do wonder if the other problem with my internet connection is the fact that there's people in the house. Normally on a Monday and a Friday I'm here on my own, but Mike's here and he's watching something, no doubt using the internet. So they're draining my internet. How rude. Okay, let's have a look. I've not actually even, as you can see, opened up this stamp set. So as usual, no, here's ones we've made earlier because not made any earlier. Let's pop these little sheep out. And little grass and party hat. And let's put these backings on. Okay. So I had my first in-person class yesterday. Not my first ever, obviously, but my first certainly in a good while. So that was very lovely. We were just small numbers. That was intentional. I will keep to no more than 4, I think, for now. If I need to run 2 classes with the same supplies, I will do, and I also will continue to offer them all as in-post options. So that's got a little bit that's going to pop out of the middle. The reason that they do that and is have these cutouts on some stamps is that when you get a big solid area, it is easier to sort of get like inky blobs in the center. So by creating that cutout in the center, they're preventing your inky blob. This one is our dancing sheep. And where's it going? This way. And a smiley sheep there. Right, we will sort the rest of those out as and when we need them, I think. Let's get rid of all of our bits. Right, let's take a bit of Whisper White. The white velvety paper is, I think it's in the Christmas catalogue, isn't it? It's in this one. So yes, snowy white velvet sheets. I did think about that. We can perhaps get that out in a minute. Perhaps we'll do a velvety sheet. What did you find was the best ink to stamp with, Angie? So this is with the Peaceful Place suite. You'll find in amongst the Peaceful Place suite, you'll find these sheets of snowy white velvety sheets. I did think about those this morning as I was pondering on what we would do. So perhaps we'll do a velvety sheep in a minute. Yes. So it would be interesting, Angie. I've not tried to stamp on the velvety sheets on the front in normal ink. So just, oh, excellent. Well, we'll perhaps have a look at that in a minute. Actually, I've done this at 14.4 by 10. I'm going to change my mind to make it 13.9 by 13.9 by 9.5. I think we need a D block for that one. We need D block. And I'm going to come in with some memento. I'm looking for the extra case to take off for the stays on, and we're not in stays on, we're in memento. That will serve me right for trying to read comments and do things at the same time. Right, I'm going to ink up this little sheep with some memento. What I actually want to do is fill my whole background with sheep. Tessellating sheep. Is that a thing? It is now. I just stabbed that one a little bit. Never mind. That will come. Yep, I think we'll come back that way and have that one leaping off the top of the page. Okay, whole load. Absolutely. Ooh, Arctic bears on the snowy paper. That would be quite nice. Fluffy bears. I haven't got the Arctic bears. Right, grab. Just rummaging around and grabbing some of my lens. Ooh, my black one seems to be, my light black seems to be missing. Just bring in this sheet from the back because that there's overstamped sheep in the background there, making it look quite confusing. So there we have a sheet full of a stamped sheep. Yes, very woolly jumper. So I'm going to come in now with my light army blue. I'm just going to colour in in between my sheep. Come around the edges and then go in with the brush end to fill in the bigger gaps, I think. So you could attempt to do this with watercolour, but you would need to ensure that you use stays on if you were going to do that. Or you could use watercolour pencils. Okay, Jane, we'll catch up with you on replay. Just going around the outside just to where we need to come in a bit close, and then we'll go in with the brush end. Just hope that my marker's going to survive long enough. It looks as if it's struggling a little bit. Let's go to the other end for a minute. Let's put in a bit of solid colour in the middle. Let's just come around the edges here. I think we definitely need a new balmy blue blender pen on our wish list. Because it's the sort of colour that you tend to use for sky and things. It does get well used. Let's come in the best we can around there. We're nearly there. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Right, obviously if you were doing this you'd take a lot more time and effort and would probably use a pen that isn't running out. Needs a bit more colour around his bottom. There we go. So we have our blue background with our white woolly sheep. Let's come in and I'm going to give them some black feet. I think I might give them black ears as well. A bit of a black ear, a black foot, and a black ear. It's like spot the body part. What are you? Oh no, just thinking, is that all my feet and ears? I've not touched this one in the middle at all. We've got feet and ears. Oh, ear. I'm sure he has got another ear, but it'll be on the other side. Just got a little bit of light petal pink. And let's give them some pink noses. And just down by that bottom lip. Nose, there's your lip. Okay, and then I've got a light smoky slate here. And I'm just going to come in around the edges, just adding in that little bit of grey helps the white to pop. And where these woolly bits are. Again, you could do this. Oh, again, you could do this with watercolor pencils. So it's the sort of thing that doesn't immediately stand out when you look at it, but it does just help. I think this is another 10 that I need on my shopping list. Do round their heads up. Let's come in and do the rest of them a bit later. Okay. Just to add a little bit of definition. Okay. So there we have lots of woolly sheep jumping around. I'm going to find a bit of black card, I think. And a thick whisper white for a, we won't use that black card, that's wrong shape. Let's come in with a 10 by 14.4 mat of black, and that's just going to help that to pop in the background there. And we'll make ourselves a card base from thick whisper white. Let's cut that at 14.9 and score it, not cut it, at 10.5. And there's all our sheep frolicking around in the background. We have a So Glad It's Your Birthday. They look fairly glad, don't they? Oh no, that's amazing. Wrong sentiment. So glad it's your birthday. You find a little bit of white card. And we will stamp that in our memento. I think that will work. I'm going to stamp that just there. I'm going to trim this top and bottom. Okay, I think that will work quite nicely. We'll make that 2 centimeters. And to make it 10 centimeters wide, and I'll take a strip of black card. It's already 10 centimeters wide, and let's make that 2.5. Actually, I'm going to make this 9.5. That's better. I like that better. Border on the edge. So let's stick that in place. If you did want to watercolour this, you could always stamp and heat emboss those sheep in black embossing powder. I'm so pleased we've got black back in our product range. But yeah, you could stamp your sheep in black embossing powder and heat emboss, and then as you watercolour around it, you'd have more of a border to prevent your colour from leaking onto your sheep. Something else I need to order more of is this black and white thread, because I love it. I just need to find lots of things to do with the red and white ribbon. But hopefully coming up towards Christmas, that won't be too difficult because it's a lovely ribbon as well. So this is part of the Playful Pets ribbon combo that carried over into the annual catalogue. Just going to pop a bit of tape on the back of that just to anchor it down, and then I will use some dimensionals to I'm just thinking about seeing if I've got any more large dimensionals in my trolley. I don't think I have. I think I've only got small dimensionals in my trolley, but that's okay. We can use small dimensionals. The little mini ones, they're so cute. Bring that across there. There, that's quite fun. Anybody you know that is particularly fond of sheep. Right, let me find I'm just digging through all my speciality papers. Looking for the snowy white. So it's 12 by 12 packs. As you can see, I've not yet dug into this because that was a brand new seal. So if we take this off, I'm a bit conscious that my fingers are a little bit sticky. Let me just see if I can sort that out before I touch fluffy white paper. I seem to have black fluffy fingers, which is never a good look on a girl. Probably never a good look on anybody. Right, so here we have snowy white. So it's like flocked paper, velvety flocked paper, and you know that shows up really well on camera. Yeah, you'll have to take my word for it. It feels beautiful. So it is a white flocked paper. We call it velvety white. It does have sort of a little bit of a pile to it. There's a definite lovely furry texture. So let's have a look what happens when we stamp sheep on fluffy paper. Who shall we have? We've had this dancing sheep. We've had this sort of leaping sheep. I do feel as if we need this dancing one in our lives. So let's ink him up. And I think I'm going to go stays on, just because, well, it stays on, doesn't it? Tends to be the ink you go to if you're using different textures. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to hold that down, transfer that ink from my stamp to my paper. Rather cute. So it's not a really black image. Actually, I quite like him. I think we'll come in. Let's use the sheep that we haven't used. Let's have a pair of sheep. And again, I'm going to ink him up with my stays on. And let's come in just here. So it's not a solid black image, but it's a clear image. And he's quite sweet in that sort of little, in his little greyness. So the next question, of course, is how well do my dies cut out this velvety paper? There's only one way to find out. So let's cut round these little sheep and move this paper out of the way before it picks up dirt and fluff and ink and all of those sorts of yuckiness. And let's bring in the dancing sheep die and our smiley sheep die. Now, because I had a class yesterday, of course there was bits all over the place this morning, so I'm trying to bring them back. I've got so used to only crafting for myself in my own little space. Suddenly I had to think about what other people might need. All the class boxes and things that I had made up have gradually been deconstructed over the last 18 months or so for one reason or another. But that's fine. We manage beautifully. Right, the answer is those dies cut that out beautifully. So there we have furry sheep. Now I love this sun and these clouds. We could have some furry clouds, couldn't we? Let's just snip enough just to have some fluffy clouds. And then we'll want a nice bright yellow sunshine. What have I done with that? Just there. And let's grab a little bit of Daffodil Delight. Brilliant. They are very furry, very sweet. Look at this lovely stitched sunshine. I don't know how well that, there we go. Isn't that fun? And a couple of furry clouds. And I think we need to use a gate as well, don't we? So let's bring in a bit of crumb cake. Could have gone for soft suede, could have just gone for white. Just have a white picket fence. Dread to think what that was. We'll find out later. So look at that. Not only, again, I don't know how well that's going to pick up, but not only do you get the die cut, there we go, but you also get the embossed detail of the wood. So fabulous. Right, let's find ourselves thinking I should have another piece of whisper white, a basic white somewhere, a little piece. So again, let's bring it down to 13.9 and let's have it at 9.5. Just score this other piece of basic white here. Let's move the cutting blade to ensure that we do score it and not cut it. Hopefully Emma, just watching everybody wishing Emma well now that she's been just tested COVID positive. Hopefully a double, I would imagine that you'll be double vaccinated, Emma. I'm sure you will have been vaccinated early on. Hopefully that will help. I'm going to bring in some pool party, I think, so I'm just getting rid of some of the excess. I was creating a hasty creation of a Hindu wedding card yesterday, which was quite interesting. I did dig deep and dug out stamp set I've not used in a very long time, long retired, but also the Circle Celebration one, which is not quite so long retired, but we had gold embossing going on and sponging in Bermuda Bay and Night of Navy, so hence my blending brush. So that's a sort of a dark pool party going on there, but not unattractive. Can of course wash these brushes. We want to get rid of all the ink that's in there. Put a bit of colour in the middle of there so that our sheep will stand out a bit. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this velvet paper, sort of like scrap, because I want to see what happens we colour, how much it bleeds out. It does. I'm expecting it to, because let's face it, this is a paper that has got texture on the top of it. So I think if we're going to colour in feet and things on our sheep, I'm going to come in with a watercolour pencil, I think. Just because that won't bleed out in the same way. Again, I think I'm going to give them black ears. I quite like that. Look, let's bring in this little one. Little black feet. Some Coastal Cabana here. No, haven't. I've got some Calypso Coral. Just to add a bit of pink to their faces. Ooh. It's a grey. And let's softly add some grey around here, just to help them pop a little bit from the background. Might give them some grey legs actually. Just helps to give them a bit of detail. Let's blend that out a little bit. And again, let's give them some grey legs. These little sheep haven't got any tails. They're not wagging their tails behind them. How cute are they? Oh, can't have tea not tasting like tea. That indeed would be the worst bit. Right, again on these clouds, I'm just going to go around the edges with my grey pencil. Let's turn that one round so it's the right way round. I've got fluffy side upwards. Oh, managed to get a blob on there. That's not good, is it? Right, where do we want our gate? Should we have it in the middle? And we'll have those standing either side. Let's have some fluffy clouds. To have a look, we've got our little stamp somewhere that's got grass on it. Let's have some grass down here. So I'm going to stick my fence. And I think we'll have some dimensionals underneath our sheep. If I can find my dimensionals, here they are. This guy. Looks like they're auditioning for the latest edition of Sheep Got Talent. Let's arrange some clouds with the sunshine poking out, I think. We'll have that one coming down flat, and this one we'll put up on some dimensionals. Going to find a greeting in a minute to cover that smudge. I think we need a "You're amazing." Yeah. It's just falling down the side, or just a wet wipe. Coming black, I think. Not sure that that's going to work in the middle there. I think I'm going to do another cloud. Decisions. How to cover up your smushy bit. I think a cloud it is. We are going to have "You're amazing," but I just don't think it will work just there to cover up our smudge. And obviously, as we all know, we often have to reassess card designs in order to cover up little boo-boos. Just like that. Now we can concentrate on what we're going to do with our You're Amazing. Now, I was told yesterday that cutting it on a bit of an angle, I ought to have that as a signature thing. I'm sure I'm not the only one that does it, but I do quite like having it cut on an angle. Let's find some, I think, Pool Party cardstock. And we'll stick that to a bit of Pool Party cardstock. And then we will cut ourselves a 14.4 by 10 mat of Pool Party. So that's going to hopefully blend in a little bit with our sky. Good fun. Let's put some dimensionals behind that greeting. Stick that to our Pool Party mat. We'll stick that to our card base. I think I might come in. These are the artistry balloons, sequins. Let's just have a few of those scattering around for a little bit of sparkle. Right, so as I say, you can get both the sheep stamp and the sheep dies. They're both two individual Sale-a-Bration offerings. So if you want both of them, you're going to have to put in a £90 order, but don't forget that that Whimsy and Wonder stamp camp is coming up, so that would be a £74.50 order. So just pop on another £15 and you'd have enough to get both the stamps and the dies if you want them. I think they're really, really cute. Yeah, and that's been good fun having a bit of a play with those. And what you can't feel is that we have furry sheep and fluffy clouds on those two cards. This is where you want a touch of feely vision, but unfortunately we don't have feely vision, so you're going to have to take my word for it or create some yourself so that you can stroke your own little sheep cards. So thank you for joining me on this Saturday morning. Emma, we are sending you love and hope you feel much better very soon, and we will be back on Monday morning when we're doing some crafting with something else. So have a lovely rest of the weekend, and I will see you on Monday morning.